Rolling up and I'm pouring up and I'm rolling up as I drink.
What's going on, true urban culture family? It's your boy Savon, and I'm here today with the latest member of the Next Up Artists. We got my guy Matt Helfer here. What's going on, Matt? How you doing?
How's it going, man? Thanks for having me.
No problem, man. So first and foremost, for those who don't know you, introduce yourself. You know, you are an artist and all.
My name is Matt Helfer. Grew up in Manhattan. Got influenced with music at extremely early age. Started listening to R&B. That influenced my music. I rap about. I grew up rapping about living in suburbia.
Okay.
And that's what influences me, and that's what inspired me.
All right, I got you. That's cool. Sounds good. For those who haven't heard some of your music, what's one song that you would want them to hear, listen to, that you think would really grab people's attention?
Probably my song Pillow Talking, because a lot of my music is about past relationships, and a lot of my music is about growing up in the suburbs and, you know, the stories that I had with that. So Pillow Talking is an extremely good mixture of both things. You have, you know, obviously it's called Pillow Talking.
Yeah,
so
you're trying to get the ladies, man.
Exactly,
You got the
there's
ladies
some
going
innuendos
on.
in there, and then you have the second verse is about suburbia and just relaxing with the girl. And basically it was like my life coming up and growing up and basically doing it.
So since you're targeting the ladies, so who are some of your influences? You know, I know a lot of rappers, they do the whole, you know, like LL, obviously, he was for the ladies. Fabulous, he even raps for the ladies. So who are some of your influences?
I grew up listening to Fab. I also grew up listening to a lot of R&B.
Okay, that's nice.
I listened to Mario, Fantasia.
Okay.
I listened to Dream. I listened to all those guys who were big. I'd say 02 to 08, 09. And, you know, Scott Storch and all the records that he produced. And, you know, I just grew up in that whole era.
Yeah, so you're a real
Early 2000s.
You're a true musician in the sense of every word, since you know you R&B, obviously you rap. What's some of your rap influences? Oh boy.
Well, growing up I didn't have many rap influences. They were just singers.
Okay.
But
What
I'd
about
say
today?
nowadays my rap influences are artists who have just surfaced or who haven't surfaced yet. I'd say Ritz is one of my all-time favorite artists right now. He's with Tech Nine and Strange Music. I'd say that Zero, Bun B, Paul Wall, Devin the Dude, the whole Houston movement is something that inspires my music.
I could definitely hear that in your music, especially the R&B and the rap. It's a nice combination, being that you sing, you do your hooks as well, correct?
Of course, yeah, I sing most of them.
All right, so yeah, that's dope. I know a lot of people are trying to do it, but not many people are doing it the way that you do it. So for those who haven't heard, you should definitely check that out. Speaking of the music, I know you're working on some new music. Do you know when it's gonna drop? Are you still working on it and making some tweaks? What's going on with that?
Yeah, so I've had my next album, Confident. We don't know the release date, but we're planning it. We got a Kent Jones feature on the third track.
Nice.
And we got a lot of personal songs on there. We got a lot of, you know, I got songs for the ladies on there.
Nice.
And
I hope so. You make those songs pretty well.
And you know, we got a good amount of singing, got a good amount of rapping. I'd say that this is probably going to be my most favorite project I come out with, just because it's so personal. You know, again, it just has an extremely good mixture of kind of rapping about the ladies and rapping about personal things in my life, which I really like to do, and it's just relatable to so many people. You know, when you mix those two things.
No, yeah, it definitely sounds like I can't wait to hear it. Definitely can't wait to hear that. I know storytelling is a big part of your music from what I've heard. Can you tell us a little bit about your process when going into making a song? Is storytelling something you really try to focus on, or does it just come natural? What's going on with that?
Yeah. So basically, when I write a song, you know, it takes some artists, it takes some like days, hours.
Yeah.
It takes them a long time to write a song. And for me, it takes me a longer time to find, you know, the music to a song than it does to write. And once I find the beat to a song, you know, whether it be online or whether somebody gives me a beat or something, if I'm feeling the beat, it would probably take me 10 minutes to write a song.
Wow.
Because
that's a gift.
When I hear the chords on a song or I hear the melodies, it evokes certain memories in my life, and I'm just able to pull that memory out, write about it.
Yeah.
I can either make that memory sexy or I can make it extremely sad, and then that's the track right there.
I can honestly imagine the process is probably easy for you. How long have you been writing?
Been writing since I was in 4th grade. I wrote my first rap song, 4-page rap song. It was some stupid rap about skiing down a black diamond and breaking my leg. It wasn't a true story, but that was my first rap. And
storytelling. Storytelling.
Exactly. And then after I wrote that song, I just talked a huge game. Like, I talked a huge game for years. People knew I liked rap music, but they didn't know if I was actually going to take it seriously. And then I started recording in 8th grade, and that's when I got down to it.
So you knew at an early age this is what you wanted to do, like?
Yeah.
There was no ifs, ands, or buts.
A lot of my friends, a lot of the people I speak to, when they were small children, they didn't want to, you know, they had no idea what they wanted to be when they were younger. And I mean, I knew from the get-go. I'd say I remember it was Super Bowl, and it was 07. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it's 07, and Jay-Z released his "Show Me What You Got" song, and he teamed up with Budweiser to do a commercial with Dale Earnhardt Jr. and Danica Patrick.
You got a good memory, bro. Definitely wanted to remember that.
And I was sitting there on the couch watching the ads for the Super Bowl. And, you know, in the music video, if you've seen the music video for Show Me What You Got, it's, you know, it's the cars, Monaco, to get off the boat with the money, the girls to get off the boat, there's dancing, there's more money.
Yeah, it's a music video.
It's a Jay-Z music video. And I was...
For the 444.
Yes.
Yeah.
But as a small kid, looking at the TV and watching that, it's almost impossible to say that's not what I want to do. Of course, watching that's who I want to become, and that's what inspired me.
Got you. Let's go back a little bit. I know you talked about the features. You got Ken Jones on your next upcoming project. Who are some of the artists that you want to work with? If you haven't already worked with them, is there anybody in particular that you would like to get a feature from or feature on?
Well, yeah, it's cool you asked, because a lot of the people who I want features from, you know, most artists would want features from the hottest artists out, but I want features from the artists who I like. Gotcha. So the people who I like, I'm a big K-Camp fan right now.
Okay, shout out K-Camp.
Huge K-Camp fan, big Zero fan. You know, basically anybody from the Houston movement, and big Yellow Wolf fan. As I already said, big Ritz fan with Tech 9. Also a big Tech 9 fan. So yeah, that's this pretty the whole southern area of the U.S. So all the artists coming out of the South, I really like it.
Gotcha, that makes sense. All right, being that you're next up, what do you think you can add to the music industry?
I'd say that a lot of the artists nowadays, especially the, you know, even the artists who come from the background that I come from, which is white, privileged, it's something that I'm not ashamed to talk about. And a lot of artists nowadays who come from where I come from, and they try to be, you know, trap, they try to be hood, they try to be something that they're not. And I'd say that I definitely contribute something new in the fact that I'm somebody who's not afraid to talk about privilege.
Trying to be something you're not, basically.
Yeah.
Do you find, you know, that being an obstacle, that you're going your own route, you're not taking the trap route? I know you're not too much of a fan of the trap sound, so has it been an obstacle of you putting out the music that you like to make? Not
at all. I don't consider it an obstacle. Obviously, you know, when you put a video up, or when you know, there's gonna be people who's gonna say that I can't do hip hop because I'm white. You know, it's something you should already know is going to happen when you get into this industry if you're a white rapper. So I don't let it bother me. I've been doing this for a minute now, and no, I don't see it. It's not
I mean, when it comes to music, I feel it doesn't have a color. If you look at Nav, you would never know that
Exactly,
he isn't
exactly.
black. He sounds like a black artist. So music is music across the board. And I personally don't believe that it should be an obstacle. I'm sure it plays a fact.
Yeah.
But
And the people who, and the people that my music should matter to, like executives or my manager, or I mean, they're cool. They don't see color in music. And all the people who see my releases, the public, the world, I don't really care what they say. Like, I take the positive feedback, I get better, or I take the criticism, and if it's something really insulting, I just ignore it.
Got you. Well, let's switch gears a little bit. I see you got the sweatshirt on. This is your own brand, I believe. Some of your merchandise, if you want to show it off to the camera. Also, you got the number on the back here. Your merch, your website, where can people find you, your social media. I know you're big, you're huge on Twitter. So if you want to shout out your information, where can we find you?
Yeah, this here is my merch. It's a hashtag Matt Helfer. You can get the hoodie in all colors online. At Matt Helfer merch on Twitter. My Twitter is at Matt_Helfer. Instagram is at Matt Helfer. You can find my Facebook page at Matt Helfer Music. And yeah, that's.
All right. This is True Urban Culture. Next up again, my name is Savon Slater. We got my guy Matt, and look out for him next up.
Appreciate it, brother.
No problem, man.
I be grinding and swerving, I be right and left turning, I be gripping on the wood grain, trying to get my fame. I be rapping my heart out, trying to make a name for myself. You see me in the bright light, yeah, I put the highlight, just up in a talk with you. Lean closer, do something to tell me that you're interested. Put your head on my pillow.